Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to LRM's Trivia Gauntlet of Infinite Doom, the game where we play and you win. Here's your host, Cam Clark.
Welcome everyone to another episode of LRM's Trivia Gauntlet of Infinite Doom. You've probably heard it by now. If not, we're going to ask some really hard questions to some of the scribes at LRM here who are going to do their very best to try and win one of our readers a prize. The prize this week is going to be a pair of Hobbit slippers, so you can actually look like a Hobbit yourself when you're out with your slippers on, which is, what you would do with Hobbit slippers, I suppose. So, if we have three contestants that are going to be playing the gauntlet this evening, those three contestants are going to be each playing for one of the readers who has actually messaged us in who says they would like to win these Hobbit slippers. So, without further ado, contestant number one, who are you and who are you playing for?
Hey guys, this is Manny, and I'm going to be playing for Greg.
Thank you. And contestant number two.
I'm Jammer, and I will be playing for Stage, who I played for him once before, and I failed him once before, so I feel the need to win him.
So you're actually trying to avenge Sage here.
Yes, I'm on a mission.
I think I said last time if he come on again, I would get someone else to play for him because you finished last episode. But
I've gotten better.
Last time I was tiebreaker. You got to the tiebreaker last time, exactly. Contestant number three.
It's Kyle, and I am playing for Roberto.
Oh, right. Okay. So we're going to move straight into round number one, and round number one is worth 1 point per answer. Going to start off in the contestant rounds for the numbers for this one. So Manny, you're going to be going first, and I'm going to give you a choice of three categories to pick from. When you do, I'm then going to ask you to pick a number between 1 and 3, and that will determine which question I'm going to ask you as well. Okay? Are you ready?
Ready.
So your three categories are As You Wish, Choose Your Fighter, or Spelling Fantasies.
Choose Your Fighter.
Choose Your Fighter. Okay, so this is a category that's about Mortal Kombat. Okay, which I personally don't know a lot about, so I don't know how hard these questions are or not, but I certainly do not know them. Manny, can you pick 1, 2, 3? Just choose a number between 1 and 3.
2.
Okay. So, here is your first question, worth 1 point, Manny. How many people were on the team that made the original Mortal Kombat? So, assume we're talking the development team that made the game here.
On the development team?
Yes.
It's not.
I'm assuming that this is an unusual answer, and therefore that's why it's a trivia question. That's the only clue I'm giving you.
Oh, God. 12? I don't know.
Yeah, if you don't know it, you don't know it. It's going to be one of those ones. It was only 4 people, actually. So I've been told by the person who wrote the question and gave me the answers. It was only 4 people that worked in the original Mortal Kombat. So there you go, or the actual development team in terms of the code and etc. I'm sure.
Hey guys, we could develop a game.
You could develop a game if you went back in time in your DeLorean, and you were a 4-man team in 1980, whatever. Because maybe you could do it then, but you couldn't.
You could do it now. You could do it now.
Well, I have a friend who's building a game, and he was building it him and just one other guy, but it's going to take them about 10 years to get it out,
Right.
So anyway, sorry, no points for you so far, Manny. Jammer, you're up next, so you have the choice of the same 3 categories. Choose Your Fighter, As You Wish is the other one, or Spelling Fantasies.
Let's go Spelling Fantasies.
Okay, can you choose between 1 and 3, please?
3.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to spell an actor's name that may be slightly unusual, but you also have to know the answer to the question as well, so it kind of makes it a little bit more difficult unless you know it. So, Jammer, can you spell the actor's name who plays Galadriel or will be playing Galadriel in the upcoming Lord of the Rings show?
Oh, so the person who will be playing, not
will be
Not
playing,
Kate
not in
Blanchett?
the movies. It's not Kate Blanchett. No, it's not.
Ah,
Because that would be
I don't
very
know,
easy.
man. I don't know. I have no
It's-
idea. I couldn't
It's
even
one of
guess.
those things. You
It's
couldn't
probably
even guess
some
who the actress
European
is,
actress
so.
who's relatively up and coming. So that'd be my guess. So I have no idea.
I mean, I could give you one clue with this one. She was also in His Dark Materials, although a very small role.
Oh, it's that crazy or that not crazy. I feel bad saying that. It's that lady who had her demon removed from her, right?
I mean, I think any more I gave you would be too much.
I mean, I don't know her name, regardless, but I'm just curious now.
Then yes, it's Morpeth
Yeah.
Clark. I was actually wondering if you would get that and maybe misspell Clark, because most people put Clark with an E at the end, but she spells it the proper way without, like me. There you go. So
Right,
she played,
right now.
she played the nurse who had her demon removed, and she was a little bit creepy. But this is going to be huge for her because Galadriel's probably going to be a main character in this show. So she is going to probably shoot up. You will probably know her name more in the future.
So correct me if
Sorry.
I'm wrong, but in the movie, she or in the show, His Dark Materials show, she was that was created specifically because I haven't read that book in a while. That was like a new role that was created for the show, right?
Kind of. There was
I
some
don't remember that
characters
much
who
focus on a
worked
character
in
like
there was some characters who worked in that facility who had their demons removed and were a little bit weird because of it, and the kids don't really understand what's different about them before they understand what's going on with the cutting. So there was characters like that. There wasn't one specifically that had a kind of conversation with Lyra in the way that they did
Like an amalgam
in the show.
type character. Amalgam.
Yeah. So an
Yeah,
amalgam of a few different characters that kind of come into one. That's how I remember it anyway. I've only read the book a few times.
Yeah, I think I read
Anyway.
it 3 times. The last time was like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I think that was a few years ago as well now, to be honest. So you do forget sometimes little details like that. Anyway, sorry, Jammer. But, I think you may have got some of the other ones, but hey, you picked number 3, so there you go. Kyle, you get the same choice. So you have As You Wish, Choose Your Fighter, or Spelling Fantasies.
We'll go with As You Wish and first question.
Yeah. Okay. So, true or false? Sorry, I should say this is about the Princess Bride. Okay.
Oh, God.
I don't know how much you know about that film. True or false? Iocane powder is a real poison.
Well, what powder?
Iocane. It's a poison used within the film.
Yeah, I know the scene. True or false that it's real?
Correct. Yes, that it
Okay,
exists in the real world.
I have no idea, so I'm just going to say true.
Unfortunately, you're the 50-50 on that one. You got it wrong.
Yeah.
False. It does not. Well, okay.
I prefer my murders to be a little bit more personal, so I'm not a big poisons guy.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. Well, after round 1, it's a tie because no one's got shit.
Yeah.
Which is pretty usual for round 1, to be honest. It's very rare, actually, for anyone to get any of the round 1 questions right. But there you go. So we're going to move on to round 2 now, and this is actually worth 2 points per question. And sometimes this is the point where people catch it back up, depending on your knowledge of what has happened in the news world this week. This is the category called The Week That Was. And this is where you all get a question about something that's happened in the news this past week and we've covered it on LRM. All right. So it might be something that Kyle's talked about. It might be something that Manny's wrote himself. Basically, it's just things that I have picked at random. Okay. So first up for this one is going to be Jammer. So you have a choice between 1 and 3, Jammer.
Let's do 1.
Okay. Here is your question. Who this week confirmed they are directing an episode of The Mandalorian Season 2?
I know this. Give me a second. Who said they confirmed they are directing an episode of The Mandalorian? Oh, this is frustrating. It's frustrating because
this one.
I know this
Yeah,
one.
because it's in the Mind Palace somewhere, but you can't get to it.
Exactly. If we think here, who's gonna direct an episode? Oh, fuck. Was it him? No. Was it him? No. Was it him? No. Not her. Or was it her? Was it Deborah Chow?
No, I'm sorry.
Damn it.
It was a her though. It was Bryce Dallas Howard. Confirmed
Jack,
this week.
Cam and I had a
But,
conversation about it on Slack. God
we did
damn you,
actually,
Jack Hammer.
I remember it now that he mentioned it. I'm like, oh yeah, she did say that.
Yeah, it just
It was one of those.
depends on the question you pick. So next up is Kyle. You have the choice between 2 and 3, Kyle.
Let's take 3.
Okie dokie. So here is your question. Which actor revealed this week that they were turned down for the MCU part of King T'Chaka? Obviously in Black Panther.
I know this
but
one.
Also Civil War as well.
I really don't know. I have no clue.
You're gonna be upset when
No
he
clue at
reveals
all.
who it is.
No,
it
I don't
is
even
an
remember the
actor
story.
You know very well. It's Ernie Hudson.
Oh, no shit.
Winston from Ghostbusters. Yeah. He's looking to get into the MCU, and they told him the part wasn't big enough for him. So he says there was a few
Or at
years
least they
saying,
told him.
"Oh,
Someone
you know,
told
if
him that.
they're not going to you know, so stop asking." But you know, I think it's cool that Marvel have this like cadre of actors that just want to be in their movies, because it means when a cool part comes up and Feige goes, "Do you know who would be great for that?" They're almost guaranteed, you know, they won't always get them, but most of the time they get the actor that they're looking for. And that's one of the cool things about the MCU. Anyway, moving on to Manny. You don't get a choice here, so you're on question number 2, Manny. All right, so here you go. A rumour began this week that one of Doctor Doom's associates could be soon coming to the MCU. Can you name the character?
It is. I don't think I remember.
Can you speak up? You sound like you might be a little far away from your mic.
Or yeah, get closer to the mic.
Nope, I don't know. Wow.
Oh, okie dokie.
Are you close to your mic, Manny?
Yeah.
You're close to it? Okay. Well, I guess maybe it's
I can
not.
hear Manny fine.
When it first started, it was hard to
No,
hear.
it was.
Now it's a little bit better.
I kind of sat back for a second and.
Oh, okay.
Thinking contemplatively, you know, about the answer. Unfortunately, the answer was Lucia von Bardas, a kind of known associate of Doctor Doom. Rumor, I think it was MCU or could be wrong with that, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, rumor started this week, just from one source. No idea how much it will pan out, but it could be an indication that Doctor Doom, aka Latveria, could be kind of starting to come into the MCU soon. I hope so. I do want to see Doctor Doom. Okay, so after round 2, it's hard to work out the scores here. No, it's not. No one has any. Excellent.
Wow.
This
is bad.
This could be going to a 3-way tiebreaker with no points at this point, because to be maybe round 3 you can get some points here without getting the full answer. That's the thing, right? So we're not doing Yodables this week. We've decided to kind of skip a week roundabout with that. So probably next time episode it will be Yodables again. However, this week we are going to be doing a round of fictitious films, which we have, I think, improved from its debut. So This round, Kyle, you get to go first. Manny second. So Jammer, you don't really get a choice of questions. Such you're left with whatever's left in the pile. So Kyle, you're going to get your question here. So just you know how this works, but just for Manny's point of view, because he wasn't playing last week, I'm just going to give you an example of a question here. All right. So you've got to work out a fictitious film. So it's going to be like two movies squished together and you've got to work them out. Now, it won't always necessarily be the movies. It could be a character as well. For example, this is one that Jammer actually got right last week, okay? And the clue was Tom Hardy investigates the importance of a sled to a newspaper mogul with added in with a lovely, lovely voice. And the answer was Citizen Bane. So the two movies were Citizen Kane, Dark Knight Rises, and if you put them together, you get Citizen Bane. Okay. So in that, you would get 3 points for getting Citizen Bane. But like if you get the movies right, but you don't quite get the name right, you get 2 points. If you can only get one of the films and you can't get the other one, so therefore only half the answer, you'll get 1 point for it. Does that make sense to everyone at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So, Kyle, you have a choice between 1 to 3.
We'll do 3.
3. Okay. So here is your clue. Written and directed by John Singleton, this film stars Ice Cube, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Morris Chestnut and Joe Pesci. And the film tells the story of 3 young Italian men growing up in their neighborhood as they embark upon a life of crime. So we're pushing 2 movies together.
So the Joe Pesci and whatnot is Goodfellas, and I'm guessing the what were the other actors' name from Ice Cube and who?
Again, it was written and directed by John Singleton. This film stars Ice Cube, Cuba Gooding Jr., Morris Chestnut, and Joe Pesci. And the rest of it is the film tells the story of 3 young Italian men growing up in their neighborhood as they embark upon a life of crime. Obviously, for the fictitious film.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think Friday and Goodfellas are the movies. So I'm just gonna say Good Friday. I don't know.
I mean, that's a good guess. You get 1 point for that. You got Goodfellas right, but the other movie was Boys in the Hood. So can you guess what it would be?
Goodfellas and Boys in the Hood.
What else?
I mean, either Good Boys in the Hood or Goodfellas in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood, fellas.
Oh,
I feel like if I had guessed Good Boys in the Hood, that would have been not bad, right?
I mean, it would have been not bad, but you'd only got 2 points, so it doesn't really matter anyway.
Oh.
So you've just got to get it right. So that's the hard part of this. You've got to actually get the title at the end. That's why it's worth 3 points and it's split up. So Kel, you're off the mark. You've got 1 point. So that's the main thing.
yeah.
Next up is Manny. So Manny, you can choose between 1 and 2.
1.
Okie dokie. So here is your clue. Robert Duvall, Michael Caine, and their estranged nephew spend part of their fortune on a lion named Simba.
All right, so obviously one of them is the Lion King. Can you give me the names again? Michael?
Sure. Robert Duvall, Michael Caine, and their estranged nephew spend part of their fortune on a lion named Simba.
That is going to be...
I couldn't get this one, I must admit, and I got slagged off by some people for not getting it. I won't mention anymore.
Were they? No, that's you said nephew. Oh no. Okay. It's not Kingsman, right?
Well, I can't confirm
you
or
can
deny.
answer
You've
that.
got to kind of guess them both, right? You've got to guess them both. Try and come up with a title, and then I'll tell you what ones you got right, basically.
I'm just gonna throw a wild guess. Yeah, Kingsman, Lion King, and the title is going to be Lion Kingsman.
I mean, 1 point, unfortunately. Right idea, but the other movie was a movie called Secondhand Lions. So it would have been Secondhand Lion Kings.
So that's why Seth was on Slack shaming you for not having seen Secondhand Lions for some reason.
I've never seen it. I had never even heard of the movie Secondhand Lions.
I heard of it.
Yes, that was why Seth was shaming me, but I didn't want to say anything until Manny had got his chance to go.
I mean, it's fine. The movie's okay.
Right. The way Seth was talking was like I had missed the classic. But I do think I'll watch it, though, because I do like a bit of Michael Caine. So, Jammer, you don't really get a choice. You are on question number 2, okay?
Okay. All right, let's do this.
So you ready for your clue?
I'm so ready.
Will Ferrell begins hearing the voice of Quentin Tarantino in his head as the director writes a new screenplay that seems to narrate his life. Ferrell soon finds out he is the main character in the director's next film.
That's such an easy one. I'm so happy that you gave this one to me. I think I'm just gonna run out the clock for a second and just bask in the glory, unless I'm really wrong, in which case I'm gonna look like a dick. But I'll just go with it. Stranger Than Pulp Fiction.
Correct. Stranger Than Pulp Fiction. Well done. So that's 3 points for Jammer. So Jammer races into the lead now. 3 points versus 1 for Manny and 1 for Malone. But the next round is worth 4 points. No one's ever got one of these right yet, but they are absolutely possible to get right if you know the right answers. So we are coming up to the fuck you round. However, first, a word from our sponsors, please.
LRM Online Podcast Network, where you have many different podcasts, including Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast, LR Mornings, and now the LRM's Trivia Gauntlet of Infinite Doom. Of course, we also have What to Watch This Weekend, and Geek Scholars Movie News, and more to come. And of course, do not forget to visit lrmonline.com for the latest in film and entertainment news. Back to you, Cam.
All right, thanks for that, Jammer. So we are moving on to what we call the fuck you round, and that's simply become called that because that's what everyone says to me when I ask them a question. As I always say, I do try and pick things in this round that I would get right, but what one person's personal knowledge is completely different from someone else's, and it just makes these really hard. We did think about doing something else, but I think this round just is so perfect for the old cinematic solutions that I think we're going to stick with this one going forward. All right. So in terms of our order, it's back to the start again. So Manny, you're going to get the choice between question 1, 2, and 3, and so on and so forth. And Kyle doesn't get a choice. Okay. So it's not actually 1, 2, and 3. I'm actually going to give you the categories here. All right, I'm going to tell you, roughly what you're doing so that you can try and pick something that suits you. So, Manny, you have the choice between Tarantino, Star Wars, or DC.
Oh, hands down, DC.
Okay. Manny, you might need a pen, calculator for this, and please talk us through your answer, because with these things you have to get each part of the question right. The calculation's easy, just type them into your calculator and it gives you the answer, but you have to get each part right. So talk us through your answers. Each of these questions is going to have 4 parts to it for everyone. Okay, so are you ready, Manny?
Okay, now I'm ready.
Here we go. Multiply the amount of actors who have played Batman on film, only on film, since 1989, including Robert Pattinson. Multiply this with the number of actors who have played Joker on film within the same time frame. Again, only on film. So that's your first 2 parts. Okay. Now, multiply this number by the number of actors who have played Superman on film since 1980. Film only, again, no TV. Finally, add on the amount of movies that the Lois Lane character has appeared in since 1978.
Oh, God.
And you will have your answer.
Okay, so
I can read it again if you want.
Just to kind of summarize, multiply by actors who played Batman, add Jokers, multiply by.
So you're multiplying by the amount of Batman actors by the amount of Joker actors. So if there was one Batman actor and two Jokers actors, it would be 1 times 2, right? So that's your first part. And then you have to multiply the number that you get from that first calculation to the number of actors that have played Superman on film since 1980. Again, film only for all of these. We're not talking TV shows because that would get a little bit crazy. And then again, just in movies, you have to add, so not multiply, add on the amount of movies that the Lois Lane character has appeared in.
Jesus Christ. The last part is the last part. Fuck, you man. Man.
This is the one I would have found hardest out the 3 of these.
Okay, so oh shoot, how did I almost forget that one?
Good question.
I almost forgot Christian Bale. Okay, so currently I have 6 Batman.
Okay.
Then we have and there is okay, so I have Nicholson, Phoenix, and Ledger. We're talking just film. So 6 times 3 is 9. Superman on film has been 3. As Christopher, there's the original. Then there was Brandon Routh, and then Henry Cavill. And then, fuck you and your fucking Lois Lane. All right, so right now, up to that point, I have 27. So now I need to. How many Superman did they do in the 80s? And you said from the 80s, right?
So 1978, which that was when Superman 1 came out.
Okay, because I was like that's fucked up, man. Because I know because if that was an extra like little fuck that I was gonna be really upset right now because I was like man because my brain was gonna. I actually know this that the first one was in 1978. If it was in the 80s, I knew that was gonna be some sort of stupid little like I'm sorry, it was right before.
Do that with the Superman one because actually it doesn't make any difference with Superman. But you see some.
Okay.
It's just added in for a bit of flair.
Quest 1. There was a stupid Robert Pryor one, and then Superman Quest for More.
Pryor, I think you mean.
Yeah. Then there was the soap opera Superman Returns. And then he appeared Batman v Superman, Justice League. Oh shoot! I'm trying to rush this. Man of Steel. E3. Okay, so all right. So I'm going to say. So I'm adding Lois's, right?
Yes. So you're multiplying the first numbers that you get together, and then whatever number you get from that, you're adding on the amount of Lois's.
35.
No, sorry, it's way out. The answer is 81. So the amount of actors who played Batman, you got right.
Oh,
right,
shit.
6. The amount of actors that played Joker, you got wrong. It's 4. I think you forgot Joaquin Phoenix.
No, he forgot Leto.
Leto.
Oh, I did forget Leto.
Forgot one of them. So
everyone wants to forget Leto.
4 times 6 is obviously 24. The number of actors who've played Superman on film since 1980 is 3.
Yeah.
So when we multiply that together, we get 72. And the amount of movies that Lois Lane has been in is 9. And yeah, that gives you an answer of 81. I thought the one that I found trickiest personally with Lois Lane, because I miscounted this, so I got it wrong, was for some reason I thought she wasn't in Superman 3, but she was. She just played a very small part in it. She was in it, Margaret Kidder. So, okay, so sorry, no points there for you, Manny. Jammer, you're next up. You get a choice between Star Wars and Tarantino. Which of those would you like?
Let's go Tarantino.
Okie dokie. So, here you go. Take the number of points in the exploding heart technique from Kill Bill. Add this to the number of Reservoir Dogs that were in the movie. Then add on the number of people that were in the bride's death list in Kill Bill. Finally, add on the year that Cacotti says he hasn't killed anyone since from True Romance, which was Christopher Walken. And then tell me the year, because, you know.
Wait, which year?
Well, it's the year that he says he hasn't killed anyone since in True Romance, and then you're going to add the numbers that you've got for adding all the other ones to that and give me a year. So if it was 1925 that he hadn't killed anyone, and he was really, really old, and you had to add on 6, then the answer would be 1931.
Okay, so to be clear,
of course not the answer.
They're all, so it's the number of sorry, what was the first one again?
To take the number of points in the exploding heart technique from Kill Bill, add that to the number of Reservoir Dogs that there were, the actual Reservoir Dogs, and then add that again onto the number of people that are on the bride's death list from the Kill Bill movies, and then you're finally adding on that year, which I think is probably the hardest. It depends what you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know.
I love that movie, so I know the quote off the top of my head. But
I've seen it exactly once, so that's going to be the one I say.
Too good a movie.
That is the one I've seen.
It's a brilliant film. Love
so
that.
I'm really annoyed because I think I know the other ones, but I mean, let's walk through it. So I believe it's a 5-point palm, exploding heart technique, 7 point, 5.6 point, or is it 6 point, 6-point palm, 5-point palm, 6-point palm, 5-point palm. I think it's 5-point palm.
Okay.
Plus number of Reservoir Dogs. So we have Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Pink, Mr. Orange, Mr. Blue. I lost track of which one. All right. So let's see here. Let's try this again. Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Orange, Mr. Blue, Mr. Pink. So white, blonde, orange, blue, pink, brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that it? No. Blonde. So we have Michael Madsen.
I always get confused.
Tarantino. Steve Buscemi. Freaking Tim Roth. Harvey Keitel, that mustache guy who had like 2 lines, white, blonde, orange, blue, pink. Hold on, Mr. White. Mr. Blue, Mr.
The editor definitely needs to put music
Blonde,
in these
Mr.
questions during editing.
I'm gonna say 6. I know it's wrong. No, not saying 6.
Not 6.
Orange, pink, blue, blonde, white.
I was going to go to sleep tonight with just colours flashing.
I'm saying 6.
6.
Death List. That's we have Vernita Green. We have Ora Nishii. We have eye patch chick. We have Bud. Is that his name? Michael Madsen, and then Bill. That's 5. And I have no idea what the kill thing is or the year. So all of this has been pointless. Let's just say 10, and let's say 1963. So that leaves me with, taking out my calculator. Give me a second for the suspense to build up for an incorrect answer. 5 plus, actually not delete that. 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 10 plus 1963, 1989.
So the Tarantino, so the points in the Exploding Heart technique you got right, it was 5. The number of reservoir dogs there are is 8. There's 8 of them. I don't remember all the different colours, but I remember specifically that there is 8 of them because they all appeared on the cover. Plus one guy who wasn't actually a reservoir dog. Anyway, so your answer at that point would have been 13. Now add on the number of people at the bride's death list. That's 5. And finally add on the year that Kikotti says he hasn't killed anyone since From True Romance. Oh, I can't believe you didn't get that, but you know, it is hard if you don't know it. It was 1984. I haven't killed anybody since 1984. So the year you should have got was 2002.
I was close. Not really, but I was close.
Okay. So, Kyle, I think that probably leaves you with the one you would have chosen. But I don't. This hasn't served you well in previous weeks, has it?
No. I was close on my last Star Wars one, but yeah.
You were. Yeah, I think you got a 1 out or something like that. You got one thing wrong or something. Yeah. Okay. So here you go. You ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Take the number of years that Yoda has trained Jedi,
Oh,
and then add on the number of to 1 of the odds R2 gives Luke for Luke enhanced survival and Empire. So this is when the gate's shut in and he says, R2 says the odds of survival are something to 1, right? So you need to know that number. Then you're going to multiply that number by the amount of bounty hunters in total that Darth Vader assembles in the Empire Strikes Back sequence on the Executor Bridge. And finally, you're going to add the number of credits Han is supposed to have received from Ben Kenobi in total for the trip to Alderaan.
Okay, so Yoda training Jedi plus survival odds times the bounty hunters in Empire plus credits owned. Since I don't remember the odds, fuck you, Cam. I hate your guts. Jammer wins.
Not even going to talk us through what
I can't. I can't.
How many years
Yoda says, he's trained Jedi for like 800 years. He dies close to 900 because everybody was asking, why did it take Yoda to 100 years to make master? And then we find out that's because you stay two years old in his species until you're 50 or some shit. I don't remember the odds of survival at all. The bounty hunters, let's see, there's IG, there's Fett, there's Bosk, there's Dengar, there is the one bug face looking guy with the round mouth name. I always mess it. I always want to say something like
Zuckus.
Yeah, Zuckus. And then let's see, Dengar, Zuckus, Fett, IG. I feel like I'm missing one. So I think there's like 6 of those. And the credits, I think it was we can pay you like 3 or 4 now plus 15 when we get to Alderaan or some shit like that. So, but it doesn't matter because I don't remember the survival anyway. So even if I put my brain at full work to get the exact number, I'm still going to get it wrong. So
you got to get it wrong. Okay, no worries. So you were right with 800 years. That was correct. The odds are 725 to 1. Okay. The amount of bounty hunters you got right, it was 6. And in terms of the number of credits, you're almost there. It was 17,000. This could really save our necks. Chewie, get back to the ship. Right. So the number you should have got in total for that is 26,150. All right.
Okay, yeah, I know enough. I know just enough to not be enough.
One week, someone is going to get one of them right. I swear it will happen at some point. However, at the moment, we have to congratulate Jammer because he's our winner today with 3 points, and you guys have won each. So he has redeemed himself and has actually won Sage the prize this time. So well done, or congratulations, Sage, and well done, Jammer. Thanks everyone for playing. LRM Trivia Gauntlet of Infinite Doom. It's been a blast as always. Please tune in next time. We will let you know what prize you can win next time. Please let us know if you want to win that prize. All you have to do is just send an email saying, yeah, I'd like to win it. Put your name in, like Sage did this time, and at some point you could be getting a prize sent out to you. That's all there really is to it. So Sage, we will be in contact about getting that prize sent out to you. Thanks everyone for playing. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.